stretch and try to come to life.
Oh, yeah.
Jump in the shower.
Oh, yeah. That's right. We're getting down to Dolly Parton this morning. Boys and girls. How you doing? Welcome back to that show. It, of course, is 4/21. That'd be Tuesday. That'd be Tuesday. In the big 2-6. We got 2 days, boys. 2 days. 2 days before the draft. As you can tell by my very casual vacation attire. Well, I'm on vacation, and that's for the NFL draft, as well as our holiday yesterday. But you know what, guys? We are chilling, we are rocking, and we are rolling. No big NFL news that I really feel like going over today. Go ahead and close out Dolly. We were listening to some Dolly. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to talk about Brad Holmes breaks down film of the Lions 2026 free agent class. All right, now I'm just going to warn you all, this isn't going to be the most, ain't going to be the sexiest show right off the rip, but if we can get through, I got two. We got 2 articles. 2. I need to get through 2 of them, which you boys and girls, right? We got 2 articles to get through after looking down Brad Holmes' take on the film. Of course, then we will look at 10 prospects who make sense for the Lions at 17. Tim 20-man has for us 10 people. Pretty much everybody we've talked about, right? There's one flyer that I remember seeing. I was like, huh. I wouldn't do that. But you shouldn't have done that. He's just a boy. We will take a little looky-loo before we jump into what we are all here for, and that, of course, is the Detroit Lions. We're going to be doing a mock draft. Since it's Tuesday, I don't feel like doing a full 7-rounder. We will be doing rounds 1 through 5 for the Lions. Shout out Art Vanderlei, turning us on to ProFootballNetwork.com's mock draft simulator. Have the consensus selection over here. Enjoyed their breakdown yesterday that we did. So buckle up, Buttercup. Do all the things, all the stuff, and the things that you put things in and stuff things in. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here, right? It's the number one way that you can help us grow, interact, be a part of the Mad Hatter Nation, right? Mad Hatter Nation is a bastion of nonsense in a sea of tomfoolery and chicanery, right? If you want to hang out in the YouTube chat, you're going to have a little foreskin in the game. You're going to have to subscribe to the channel. Of course, that is a barrier to entry, but I do think you get an infinite ROI. Though Trippy Gypsy might disagree with you, probably not quite infinite, but at least a 10x return on that investment. Hit the like button so that you guys can tell YouTube, hey, you know what? Just like our guy, TK85 Thumb Kennedy, going to go ahead and give Hat and Beard one of these. You know what I'm saying? One of those. Make the thumb turn to a football, and then copy this link, share this video around, copy the link down on your clipboard if you don't have anyone to share it with. And as we go article by article, if you really like what we do, just do that again. It counts every single time you copy that share button down on your clipboard. It counts as a share. We are rocking and we are rolling. I want to give a big good morning shout out to all you Rumblers over there on Rumble. And I do know that Kick is hanging out, though I don't engage with you guys because I don't know how to put the chat up. I don't know how to do all those things. I am but just a Luddite. So now that we've gotten all that stuff out of the way, guys, let's go ahead and get into the show.
If you can say the word good, guess what? It means you're still alive. It means you're still breathing. And if you're still breathing, well, then hell, you still got some fight left in you. So get up, dust off, reload, recalibrate, re-engage, and go out on the attack.
All right, I want to say good morning to Jack, Art, Rick, my mom's hanging out. Derek Harp hanging out from the West Coast. What's up, Raw? Good to see you, man. I kind of turned into you and me doing the draft yesterday. You, me, and Art as Mr. Detroit City and Brent Supreme wanted to argue with them with each other. So that's what we ended up doing. But what's going on, guys? Good to see you. Rick's in and out of doctor's appointments this morning, so we're going to be his time killer. And you know what? That's kind of what we strive to be. Think of us as a old school radio talk show. It's Hat and Beard in the morning. All right, how you doing? Are you stuck in traffic? Well, you can cool down with a big, tall, ice-cold Diet Coke brought to you by Carl's Jr. Make sure to swing into Carl's Jr. and tell them that Hat and Beard sent you so you can get 72 cents off your next order of any order over $75. Let's go, Carl's Jr. Smash the promo code Hat and Beard to get 72 cents off any order over $75. This has been a paid advertisement. Just kidding. Your interwebs are slow. Yeah, Brent, I was having some tech issues over here as well, dude. It seemed a little wonky at first for me. Rumble was giving me all kinds of issues. So maybe it's me, dude. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's not you. Maybe it's me. It's not you. It's me, you know. But we got our Hawaiian shirts on, guys. We are ready to rock and roll. We are on vacation. You guys are hanging out with me. Good news, had a successful mow yesterday. And because I am just an absolute asshole and can't stop mowing, going to go out and hit it again today and probably tomorrow. I'm going to take Thursday, Friday off, and then we'll be back on it on Saturday because we like to get that grass down nice and short without being overly aggressive and destroying the leaves and damaging the crowns of the plant. Let's go, you guys. Smash the like button if you are a sod head like me. Lions GM Brad Holmes breaks down film of the Lions 2026 free agent class. What do we know? What do we know? Cade Mays, the past couple of years at center, he's really kept getting better and better at the position. Talk about the ability to pass protect, and we have an excellent quarterback. If he's protected, he's deadly. Well, yeah, he's the only guy with 30 touchdowns the past, 3 years, right? So you take a look at Mays here to be able to anchor, pick up the stunt in a game with ease, the instinctual part of the offensive line play. These are things that don't really show up in the highlights. Being able to move laterally, stay in front, there's an element of angles. And when you see the finish, right there you go, dude. A good little. My desk was rubbing up against this other table I have, and I thought somebody was like rapping at my chamber door. You know what I'm saying? We know how Brad Holmes feels about Larry Borum. He had probably his most consistent season of football playing at right tackle. Here, straining, creating a lane, staying on his feet. You see right here again, staying engaged, running his feet. I'm glad he's running his feet and not running on his hands. This guy can do a lot of different things. He just played good, consistent football. He's got good feet. He can sit himself down there. Those are the little nuances you look for when it comes to offensive line play. Yes, we know that Brad Holmes is very, very high on Larry Borum to play right tackle. Very important that you listen to what he says there. Ben Barch, another guy that's athletic. You see him turning out, staying on his feet. Yes, good for Ben Barch. Not too wild about Ben Barch. Doesn't move the needle for me. Juice Scruggs. Look, I don't have anything against Juice Scruggs. Okay, I think it's a. Okay, so yesterday when I went to the dispensary on 420, right? I got a bunch of add-ons for free. Bunch of bullshit tossed in for free, right? I mean, yeah, nothing I'm overly wild about, right? It doesn't move the pre-rolls that I'm getting for free. I know are not a premium product, right? They're not a premium product. I'm just kind of getting a little extra tossed in, right? It's kind of what Juice Scruggs was. For the Monty trade, right? In reality, I think Brad Holmes was more hell-bent on getting that draft pick. Brad Holmes loves them draft picks than he was on getting a player. But he said, hey, you know what? What else can I get? I'm walking away with something. You know, Denzel Washington, I'm walking away with something. So he's just gonna grab a juice box on the way out the door. You know what I'm saying? Get his little $7,000 check there. You've got a guy here that we did a lot of work on in the draft process. So seeing him at guard and seeing how he can just R-U-N. You guys see this right here? Seeing how he can just R-un off the football. R-un. He can R-un. He can R-un off the football. In this universe, they say Parmesan weird. How do they say it? Parmesan. Oh, gross. Well, in this universe, we say run weird. They say R-un. R-un off the football, playing our style, the wide zone gap scheme. He can pull. You see him finishing right here. There's that type of identity that we want offensively. You can see the guy starting at center too. Well, you can see him playing the starting position in the event that something very, very bad happens to Kid Mays, our very, very shining new center. Our new, very, very shining Kid Mays, 2026 Detroit Lions Kid Mays, comes with a 4-wheel drive in the V8 motor. Very, very powerful, very, very new engine. Very, very nice, very, very good. Don't want nothing to happen to your Kid Mays. But in the event that the Kid Mays break it down, then you have it a juice scrugs. Oh, hooray. Get in your juice box and drive around, yay. DJ Wanham, his ability to set edges, to set physical edges, and still be able to do some things as a rusher. I think that just made a lot of sense for us. Always liked how hard he plays, his intangible qualities as a football player. But you watch the tape, him being able to maintain the edge, have relentless effort to go off and finish on the ball versus an athletic quarterback. You like it when he can edge and then finally go off on the quarterback. You just really appreciate his motor, his size, and his length. God damn. Oh, Peyton Turner. We like his length. He's tall. He's big. He's got really long. This is so gay. Oh my God, bro. Oh. Here coming off the edge, using those long arms, using his hands, and then being able to be relentless, not stopping, and finishing on the football. So weird. Just really, I gotta stop. Oh man, I gotta stop, bro. This is ridiculous. I would, man, but you're not right around the street, brother. They're right down the road, dude. Yeah, Mr. Figs, bro. It's so bad, dude. It's so bad. It's so gay, dude. It's so gay. You know what I'm saying, bro? Oh. Greg Dortch likes to finish in the end zone. I don't think he's going to be limited to anything he can do. We took a long look at Greg Dortch, his ability to return punts and be able to play that role. You see him here, good fielding skills and the ability to make players miss. And then it just kind of some magic happen on the field. Ooh, magic. Oh my God. Look, I'm not going to read every single person here. I'm not so wild about the Peyton Turner signing. I think that's a veteran depth piece, but I'm not expecting a lot of production out of him. Okay, I think at this point in time, guys, we've learned our lesson on players and what to expect out of them. Not that they're not the same type of player because the age is different, but I'm about as hype about this as I was Marcus Davenport at this point now. The defensive ends that we have brought in for the Lions, statistically, Al-Qadim Muhammad was the best pass rusher. As far as availability for a year and a half, John Kaminsky, would that be about the best of the bunch? James Houston flashed in his rookie year and then obliterated his ankle. You know what I'm saying? Pascal never was. Onzarike is a tweener, more of a tackle if you ask me. Brockers, Davenport. Has anybody else really? So I guess of the bunch, just because I've seen a little bit more of him exposure-wise, I would say Wanham is a little bit better. At least I'm like not mad about it. But Peyton Turner doesn't move the needle for me at all. He doesn't move the needle for me. And you know what? Best of luck, dude. Go out here and prove me wrong. Crush it. Go out here and have a 14-sack season in a rotationary role for the Lions as a pass rush specialist. Crush it for me. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't move the needle. Greg Dortch, we all know what Greg Dortch is. Not to be that dick, but literally the Lions say if we lost Raymond, then we're going to take a long, hard look at Greg Dortch, right? He's a 1-to-1, dude. He's a 1-1 Khalif Raymond. I think that what we expect out of the Raymond role, you can kind of plug and play really any player with that skill set, size, and stature. You know, that gadget offensive weapon, that special teams dynamic punt returner. You know, a smaller poor man's Amon-Ra, right? I'm not trying to be a dick, but that's just the reality of the situation. You know what I'm saying? Damon Clark, linebacker. You can see him play inside linebacker. You can see from the backside trying to scrape over the top, getting engaged, squaring up, and finishing on the ball. He's a long guy, good athlete. You look at him from the sideline view, and you know what you're doing. His movement skills and all that. You see ball out, he can trigger and finish. He's another addition to our locker room. Depth piece. You know, not moving the needle for me, bud. It doesn't. It really. I would be more hype about like getting a linebacker in this class in rounds 2 through 4 than I would be hanging my hat on Damon Clark. Personally, I think the Lions do transition to a 1 to 2 linebacker set more often than we do the 3 linebacker set. Does Derek Barnes flourish in that role? Has yet to be seen. But Lord knows we have enough gosh dang DBs that we can just play DBs all over the field and let Jack Campbell just lurk in the middle with his 6'6" frame. Roger McCreary, been more of a nickel, but can also play outside. Good. Yeah, nice little depth piece. Christian Eisen, again, a depth piece, rotationary, plays all over the secondary. I like it, but I'm not like doing backflips about it. Roger McCreary, Christian Eisen are on that same bar of Avonte Maddox signing last year. I like it. I liked it more last year, but now that bar has elevated and the expectations for the team are greater. So it's like, okay, yes, this is a solid piece. Copy and paste what they bring, rotationary, blah, 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 depth piece. Yeah, okay. I want to win. I want to win a Super Bowl. You know, this isn't a step back. This is a reload, but I'm not going to get overly hype about it because now the expectations have elevated themselves, right? Whereas it's like, okay, you know, 4 or 5 years ago, hell, think about it. Before the Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes regime, Avonte Maddox would have been a big signing, right? All these guys would have been big signings. Roger McCreary would have been brought in as a starting corner for the Detroit Lions, hanging our hat on him. Probably would have overpaid a good $3-4 million a year, right? Back then, hoes didn't want us. Now we're hot and hoes all on us. You know what I'm saying, guys? That's just the way that is. Tyler Conklin, I like the Tyler Conklin signing just because, again, 2 years ago, I was a Brock Wright fan, but Brock Wright is now block wrong, and availability is the best ability. You had your chance last year to earn your paycheck, solidify yourself as the opposite tight end on the other side of Sam Laporta. You got hurt. That's no fault of your own, but again, availability is the best ability. The dollars don't make sense to extend you again. Time for people to kind of come in and compete. You bring in a veteran like a Tyler Conklin, proven asset, pass catcher, a little bit more versatility, I think a little bit more of a veteran presence, probably knows a trick or two more in the pass run or the run block game. I don't know that for certain. I'm just speculating, okay? The other big one that I like, though, I did like the Isaiah Pacheco signing. Full disclosure, my butt is very sore over David Montgomery being traded, okay? Best possible landing spot for him. You guys remember me saying up at the trade deadline how the best spot for Monty to land would be Houston. Houston needs a running back like a David Montgomery, right? It was the best possible outcome. It just really chaps my ass because I like David Montgomery. I did like, as tacky as it was, the Sonic and Knuckles thing. I like having a solid 1-2 punch, and the dynamic between the two, both on the field and off the field, it was fun. It was fun. It seemed very wholesome. You know, I like that shit. They did, of course, complement one another as far as their skill sets. Jahmyr Gibbs, if you guys remember, people like Adam Levitan, when we drafted Jahmyr Gibbs, were like, hey, good job. The Lions spent the number 12 overall pick on a pass-catching running back. The whole plan, you guys remember when we drafted Jahmyr Gibbs, everyone was like, oh, we're going to deploy him in the slot. That was the plan. He was going to be a pass-catching running back. And Jahmyr Gibbs still does have a knock against him that I don't think is just, in that people say he can't run between the tackles. I think Jahmyr Gibbs can run between the tackles. It's just that he's so dynamic that you only think of him in these big, long running, explosive plays, these 60, 80-yard rips, you know what I'm saying? These long, explosive plays, which, again, the JMO effect, who's always springing them, JMO, way downfield, you know what I'm saying? See, to have a nice complimentary bully, grinder of a running back is something that is nice when you look at the aesthetics of the team. And I liked what David Montgomery did. I liked him in Chicago. I liked him coming out of Iowa State, and I like what he did here in the Motor City. It was unfortunate to see his usage completely fall off. I don't know if that was internally or if that was just Johnny Mo screens. It's irrelevant now, and it's all gone and past. And there's no more. The bad man is gone. Johnny Mo screens is gone. The bad man is gone. We can all come out. The boogeyman is gone from underneath our bed. However, it did claim David Montgomery. He went down to Houston. We did at least get some draft capital out of it as a mutually beneficial exchange of players. And, of course, Brad Holmes, I'm walking away with something, walked out of it with a juice box from the fridge in Juice Scruggs. What were we going to do to turn around and replace the 2024 productivity of David Montgomery? Well, you go and you sign a very angry Super Bowl winning running back in Isaiah Pacheco. Underrated, yes. Coming off an injury, yes. A down year, yes. Dude runs angry, and that's exactly what Brad Holmes says. He's an angry runner. He's got vision. He can cut. He can catch out of the backfield. His ability to break tackles, keep his balance, and then still finish. You can just see the relentlessness of him as a football player. Regardless of how fast you are, how much burst you have to know where you're going first. You can see him right here being able to cut off this, press it, go, and then you just see him finish behind his pads. I love the running style of Isaiah Pacheco. I also love the mentality of Isaiah Pacheco. He's a gritty guy. Think about what he did. He unseated Clyde Edwards-Helaire, a first-round draft pick running back in Kansas City, out of Rutgers, right? That's awesome. So I liked the Isaiah Pacheco signing. I liked Isaiah Pacheco in Kansas City. I never really liked Kansas City, but I did at least appreciate the style of game that he brought to the field. And then to have him here in Detroit, it seems like a nice, foot meet shoe situation here. You know what I'm saying? How do we feel, Mad Hatter Nation? Got a little out in the weeds there. Appreciate it, Mr. Detroit City. We are trying to keep the good work going for you guys, dude. That's what we got our Hawaiian shirt on, dude. You sound like Jim Shorts watching Javid Best highlights, dude. Good old Javid Best. He's a cop now, dude. Hell yeah. It does sound like a male romance novel, didn't it, dude? If you just kind of switch the tone in which you read it a little bit, it sounds so gay. So gay. Won't surprise me if Conklin beats out Block Wrong for the number 2 tight end. Jack, how's this? I would be more surprised if Brock Wrong is even on the roster come the start of the regular season. When you look at Tyler Conklin being brought in, the return of Sam Laporta, as well as I don't think it's that far-fetched to think the Lions could grab a tight end in the draft. I think that the back end of the draft, there are plenty of guys, yesterday I was very upset that in a pretend draft I wasn't able to get Sam Roush. You know what I'm saying? I think there's plenty of talent rounds 4 through 6 that we can just grab a nice solid tight end who can come in and play at a better level than Brock Wrong. You know what I'm saying? This is my take on it. My butt is sore from spending the entire morning in the car. Still not happy about Demo either. Hell yeah, Rick, dude. I'm sorry. What's up, Snake? Good to see you, man. Hopefully you're having a good start to the morning, dude. Rick, man, I know what you mean, dude, about that car butt, dude. That car butt. It's sore. And it's being, especially if you're in a smaller car and you're a bigger guy, it's like 6 pounds of shit packed into a 2-pound can. You know what I'm saying? You're all jammed in there like driving around like a clown car. You know what I'm saying? I feel you, brother. I feel you, dude. Well, let's take a little perusal-doozle at 10 prospects who make sense for the Lions at 17. Brought to you by Tim 20Man, brought to you by Carl's Jr. Make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and like the video while you're rooting around. If you got any friends that like Lions content, make sure to share this around. Monroe Freeling, got to say that the lad at the dispensary, he was talking about him. And I do kind of feel that everybody is, consensus-wise, I do feel that if Freeling is sitting there at 17, and I do think this is all completely hinging on what the Browns, and we have seen it in the mock drafts, the Browns hold the key to the fucking chicanery of the draft. If the Browns do some off-the-wall shit at 6 that we haven't projected yet, if the Browns go wide receiver at 6, the board gets wonky. Okay, if the Browns go tackle at 6, I think we can kind of project a little bit more as far as the mocks that we've done. That seems to be a little bit more in line of what we've done so far. The Browns, though, man, they're gonna throw a loop on everything. However, back to what we were talking about, Monroe Freeling, I do have this feeling that the consensus amongst the fandom, if you're sitting at 17, Freeling's there, you pull the trigger on Freeling. I don't think that gives us the best chance to win now, okay, because he is very raw. I think Brad Holmes has a lot of confidence in Larry Borum playing that right tackle right now. I think that you season Freeling a little bit if that's the route that you go. But I was very high on Freeling. I was very low on Freeling. I've kind of cooled off on Freeling a little bit. When I look at the body of tackles that is available post 17, when you get all right, outside of Maya Uga, I think all the tackle prospects, you can make cases for them being up, being down, being first, being second round. Now, what we did see yesterday, though, is we fucked around and we found out we weren't able to get a tackle until rounds like 3 or 4. Right now, I'm not necessarily mad about the Austin Barber pick. I think being able to finally exercise that part of our brain a little bit yesterday and seeing how it shook out in a goofy manner where we weren't able to go that traditional route, edge, tackle, edge, rounds 1 and 2, right? We kind of did some chicanery. I'm honestly, the more kind of digging I did into Barber, not a sexy pick. I get it. He's not Finkel as Einhorn, right? He's not Caden Proctor. Hell, he's not even Balake Miller, right? He's not Mr. Fancy Pants. Hey, everybody, 4th round, getting a possible swing tackle with starter upside. Again, not sexy, not flashy. A little under the radar, though. How do you guys feel about possible that, though? You know what I'm saying? But Monroe Freeling is a possible prospect. Obviously, Keldric Faulk. We've talked about Keldric Faulk ad nauseum. I am a Keldric Faulk guy. I am. I like it. I like the build. I like what he brings. I like the interviews that I've seen with him. His character profile matches what the Lions are kind of after. I am a Keldric Faulk at 17 guy. If we're just sitting at 17 and he's there at 17, I go Keldric Faulk over a tackle. I do. But that's Hat and Beard, man. That's Hat and Beard. I'm not Brad Holmes, and I'm not you. There are cases to be made to go many, many directions. I just do feel that if you're sitting at 17, if you can't find a dancing partner, right? Now, you guys know me. I am Mr. Trade Out, dude. But if you cannot find a dancing partner and Keldric Faulk is there at 17, I go Faulk over Freeling. I go Faulk over Proctor. I think that is the position. I think that is the play that gives us the best outcome of winning now. But that's just me. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. Jermod McCoy, we briefly discussed him a little bit yesterday, you guys. I don't want to do this again. I don't want to do the injured player again. I get the upside, right? To Mad Hatter Nation's, point here, you guys were you're like, hey, he's a top 5 prospect before the injury. Probably not even going to make it out of the top 20, even with an ACL. That's a hell of an athlete. Do you realize how how good of an athlete you are, right? So I understand best player available. I don't want to do that song and dance again. I don't want to do this 2-3 years before JMO hits 1,000 yards because he was injured and then he had some off the field. Blah 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 blah. Call me George Michael because I want to have faith in TA and Enos the penis rake straw breaks like a straw. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not high on the Jermod McCoy. Now, I am high on him if he's, for whatever reason, still available in the second round. Now, in this fucking unicorn world where he's still available in the second round, ideally we're sitting at 33, 44, and 50. Then yeah. Sure. But first rounder? No, I don't want to do this. I just don't want to do it. I don't want to do it, and I'm being a whiny little bitch about it. We know Leon, Ioane, Vega. We know Vega. Just about as Dan Campbell as a guard as he can get, right? Does he, we've talked about him ad nauseum. Caden Proctor. I've come up on Caden Proctor a little bit. I have. And I am very confident that if the Lions do pull the trigger on Caden Proctor, that not only have they done the homework as far as their psych evals, their scouting profile, reached out to people, but I think that they flexed their Alabama connection of players to really get a absolute understanding of this individual. I do think that the Lions have, if they are indeed going Proctor, and it's not smokescreen, I think it's because the Lions have an inside track to absolutely understand it. We have far too many players that we have taken out of the University of Alabama that have crossed paths and played with Caden Proctor. I do think that if we do this, and we go after what could be the best all-around prospect in the draft, it's hard to beat a 6'7", 350 fucking pound lineman with not only his athletic profile, but the brains to go along with it, right? It is hard to not just go, yeah, fuck it, gimme. And I think that the Lions are probably more well-suited than other organizations, be it that we have this very strange connection to the University of Alabama. But honestly, again, if I'm at the board and I'm looking at 17, I got no dancing partners, right? Nobody's picking up the phone. Nobody's answering when I call. Everybody's just going, fuck you, Brad Holmes. And I'm looking at Proctor, I'm looking at Freeling, and I'm looking at Faulk. If Brad Holmes picks up the phone and calls Hattenbeer and he's like, dude, what are we going to do here? I go, we're taking Faulk. And he goes, yes, I think that is a smart decision. And then I explained to him that we can get Barber in the fourth. So this is the one that threw me for a loop here, boys. I have not seen this play at all. Dylan Thieneman from Oregon, the high-flying safety, right? Guys, what are we talking about? How do we feel? You choose a tree stump over a dancing bear. Yeah, pretty much. Damn, dude. Yo, this shirt used to be like tight on me, dude. Holy fuck, man. Look at this. Look at this, yo. I feel like I'm wearing a fucking parachute, man. I feel like I could jump off my roof and slow my descent with this motherfucker with as much room as we got in it. So Dylan Thieneman, am I saying that right? What are we doing here, fellas? Is this hype or is this hubbaloo? Is this hype or is this hubbaloo? NFL teams are always looking for versatile players to deploy on defense, and that's what Thieneman is. He played in the box, deep safety, and slot corner for Oregon's defense last season. He's got terrific range. He's got 4.3 speed, but he also plays physical in the run game and isn't afraid of contact. He racked up 306 tackles, 10 tackles for a loss, and 8 interceptions in 3 seasons, starting his career at Purdue and ending at Oregon. How do we feel about Dylan Dylan the Dildo out of Oregon? How do we feel about the Dylan the Dildo out of Oregon? Yeah, no, you're catching me flat-footed here, guy. I have not done my homework. I'm a big enough man to admit what I know and what I don't know, and I don't know shit about Dylan Thieneman. I do know that I'm enough of a gentleman that even if I'm in a room by myself and I fart, I still say, excuse me. That's the type of guy I am here. We know Akeem Mesdor, hurt foot guy. I'm sorry. Let's reframe this. He is now hurt foot guy 1, and Caleb Banks is hurt foot guy 2. But I am so high on Caleb Banks in the second round. Why? Why am I so... Why did Brent Brent Supreme, why did you ever plant that Chris Jones comp? Because now either I am projecting on him every time I watch tape, or he really does look like Chris Jones. What is it? Am I wrong, or does he actually? Because I can't stop. I can't stop seeing it, and I cannot stop seeing Caleb Banks at 50 to the Lions. There's too many visits. There's too much hype. He fits what we need. He comes in. He plays that tweener tackle edge role, dude. He comes in dominant and with not a lot of pressure. Why can I not stop getting hype about Banks at 50, dude? Why can't I stop getting hype? I don't trust names of Dylan or Tristan. Yeah, I don't trust people named Tristan either, and that's for personal reasons. He reminds you of Scene. Gotcha. Wasn't Lewis Scene who the Vikings took in the trade for, basically in the JMO trade? Isn't that who they ended up getting out of the JMO trade? We got JMO and they got Scene. Damn, you don't think Banks will be there at 50, bro? Damn. Yeah, I was going to say, I know Scene was on his second team at least. He might be on his third, yeah. I don't trust names like Dylan or Tristan. I don't trust anybody named Tristan, dude. I don't trust nobody. God, yeah, Lewis Scene, yeah. Yeah, that's who they got when we took JMO. How'd that work out for you, Minnesota Vikings? So we know Mesdor. Look at these pictures from training camp, huh? They're already, look at this. Workouts. April 4, 2026. Look at everybody's already in house. Look at Penny. Penny's looking kind of lean. So is Aleem, dude. They're both looking kind of lean, bro. There you go, Tesla. Is that Rock Yacine? Yep, Rock Yacine. Jack Campbell. Yo, are these water jugs? Are them jugs of water? That looks like a fluid in there. Yeah, that's water. Yo, that's Isaiah Pacheco doing the same drills as Action Jack Campbell. I like it when my running backs do linebacker drills. I like that. Balake Miller, Clemson. The nice thing about having a versatile all-pro player like Penny is his ability to play both right and left, which gives the Lions a lot of flexibility. Miller played a ton of right tackle with 54 college starts under his belt. He started every game that Clemson played for in his entire 4-year career. Miller's athletic and moves well in space. The fact that he was a high school wrestler shows up in his game. He broke the Clemson record for career snaps from scrimmage, playing 3,778 offensive snaps over 54 career games. All starts from 2022 to 2025. All right. I refuse to read anything about Kenyon Sadiq going to the Lions at 17. I'm sorry, Raw. I will not entertain drafting Eric Ebron. It's not my thing. Caden McDonald, huh? Here's a name that we haven't talked about at all. Holmes could double up on interior D tackles with back-to-back first-round picks if McDonald is the best player on the board. There's no such thing as having too many good defensive linemen, as the last 2 Super Bowl champions, Seattle and Philadelphia, can attest to. McDonald emerged as an All-American in his first year as a starter for the Buckeyes and is considered the top interior defender in the class. He had 84 combined tackles of the last 2 seasons in Columbus, and the Buckeyes allowed 3 yards per carry or fewer in both seasons, with McDonald's front and center on the defense as a key reserve in 2024 and a starter in 2025. And then the wild card pick would be Jacob Rodriguez at 17. I like Jacob Rodriguez. Guys. I cannot take an off-ball linebacker at 17. The draft has to go absolutely tits up for that to happen. Absolutely tits up for that to be the case. I don't see a road where that is the viable option. I can't go 17 at an off-ball backer, dude. I can't do it. I just can't do it, man. I can't do it, bro. It ain't in the cards. How do I feel about these prospects, guys? Damn, you take Big Mac over Faulk? No shit, Jack. See, and the thing is, I kind of faded the defensive tackle looks in the first round because I'm very, very pleased with Aleem and Tyleek. You know what I mean? It mirrors Thieneman. Hell yeah, good to know, dude. So that's kind of a fade for me then. I never met a Rick who wasn't an asshole. Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. I knew he had a hurt foot. That's why he's hurt foot guy too. And I was saying, ever since you said that Chris Jones comp, I can't not see it. You don't hate Sadiq at 17? I do, though. Yeah, dude, we took Jack Campbell at 18, but Jack Campbell's now an all-pro. Kenyan suck a deek. What's funny, dude, is Brent, the way that it translates that on my screen is it says Kenya is beautiful. That's for real what it says. When it translates, you said Kenya suck a dick, but it translates it to Kenya is beautiful. Tucker Carlson laugh. Tucker Carlson laugh, followed by Seth Rogen laugh. Let's go. All right, guys, let's go ahead and kick it on over to the mock draft. Let's run this fucker. Run that. We're going to be using Pro Football Network's mock draft. Run that. Detroit Lions. 5 rounds. Consensus pick. Run that. We're going to do the consensus, right? Art, you still with me, Art? We're doing the consensus. That's what you said to do yesterday. So we're going to do the consensus. That pulls from all available resources. Let's light this popsicle. Also, while I'm looking at it, god damn, that is an ugly ass logo. LA, you guys are so gay. So, I mean, somehow the Rams outgayed Tennessee. And Tennessee's logo is pretty gay. But the Rams just somehow outgayed Tennessee, dude. That's terrible. Just absolutely terrible. All right, let's go. Wow, big surprise. Fernando Mendoza went number 1 overall. We'll skim it once we get to our pick, guys. Don't worry. Oy vey. Mendoza, Reese, Bailey, Styles at 4, huh? Mayuga at 5 to the Browns. They're going to swap picks with the G-Men. The G-Men, they're going to take Jeremiah Love at 6. Carnell Tate at 7. Mansour Delane then goes number 8. Bain at 9. They traded with the Chefs. Gross. Makai Lemon then going to go to the Rams. So the Chargers, then the Rams are going to go bam, bam, LA. Jordan Tyson going to go number 11 to the Dolphins. Jermod McCoy going 12 to the Cowboys. Okay. Leon then going 13 with the Giants, and it appears that the Chefs just keep trading back. Yeah, the Chiefs just keep trading back. Faulk at 14, Sadiq at 15. I actually think that is the perfect spot right there for Kenyon Sadiq is to go play with Baker Mayfield. And then Omar Cooper Jr. going to go 17 to the Jets, Jets. Guys, this is the second day on a different platform that we have seen Caleb I Have Downs fall to the Lions at 17. What the monkey fuck is going on? These trades. It was the trades. It's the fact that the Chiefs have traded all the way out. Where did it... Yeah, see, these three right here going where they did I mean, you expect it, but we haven't like seen it very often. And then Bain in a top 10 pick. Yeah, dude, this is kind of goofy. Let's see who we got on offer. The Eagles offering us the 23rd and next year's second. The Panthers, no, I'm not giving up the 128. I'm not doing that. We got no real good offers, guys. I'm willing to try and counter with Philly or Carolina. What do we say, guys? Yeah, I don't think the Chiefs are trading down this much, bro. Oh, that's not a bad idea, Raw. Remind me, you know what, dude? We'll do that tomorrow or Thursday. How's that, bro? That might not be a bad idea. Thursday, have a couple brews and run some sim drafts. That's not a bad idea. Raw, can you please remind me to do that Thursday? What time does the draft start on Thursday, guys? Shit, where's Brandy? All right, it starts at 8. All right, so we'll be live at like 6:30 on Thursday. All right, 6:30 at night. Mock it, rock it, or lock it. You know, appreciate it, Raw. 8 or 9, yeah. So it starts at 8. So what we'll do is we'll go live Thursday at 6:30. How's that? And we'll go from like 6:30 to like 7:30ish, 7:38ish. And we'll just do a bunch of mocks and run some simulations and shit, and just kind of we'll just hang out and fuck around, dude. You know what I mean? We'll just hang out, dude. It'll just be super fucking chill, man. Fellas. I almost don't want to pass on Downs, but this just... I want to say that this is too weird, but this is now the second day in a row where Downs has fallen all the way to the Lions at 17. Brandy's making new squirrel memes. Yeah, dude, one of y'all tweeted me a picture that she drew. I was like, damn, yo, Brandy can fucking draw, dude. You take next year's second in real life? Are you talking with, all right. I mean, I'm not opposed to it, and I'm going to try and counter. But do you like Carolina? They want the 128, and I kind of want to counter them to see if I can grab... Downs' knee scares you? Is that why he's sliding? The reason I don't look up Downs is he's not supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying? He's not supposed to be here. Let's counter with Philly. Let's see if they want to take Caleb Downs. Ugh. Man, them second round picks are fucking expensive, dude. Cincinnati ain't too bad. Yeah, no weirdos will show up. You think, Art? I mean, I'm sure that I can. It's just like, let's propose this. Yeah. I knew that was a big swing. I'm so tired. Like, I don't want to keep trading with Philly because I feel like I'm going to keep doing it so much that I'm going to just be over anticipating Philly and take this year's 54th. How about this, huh? See if we can do this. Hey! How do we like that, huh? There you go. There you go, dude. All right. So they took Freeling. Wow. Hey, guys. Stop the fucking presses. The Eagles took a player out of Georgia in the first round. Have you ever heard of such a thing? Oh, my Lord. And then Downs. Hey, there he goes. Downs to the Vikings. Spencer Fano to the Panthers. Dylan Thieneman to the Cowgirls. Hurt foot guy number 1 is going to the Seattle Seabags. KC Conception, the defensive back masquerading as a wide receiver, going to go to the Chefs at 22. And then we are back on the clock at 23. Man, oh man. I kind of feel like pulling the trigger on Proctor or Avian Terrell. I know you guys want us to take Ty Simpson out of Alabama, but I'm not doing it. Yo. A lot of tackles there, man. Hopefully we can score some tackles maybe in this range, huh? Do we go Proctor at 23? We got the 50 and 54. How do we feel, chat? Terrell, please, no Proctor. Yeah, you're not so high on Proctor, are you, Raw? Relationship with Lamar. Dude, I know. I do think Houston is probably going to be our best option if the tackle slide happens. Still Lomu or Miller? The only wide receiver I like is Tate. Buck U fan. Hell yeah. Brad will take the Bama boy. I hope not, Mom. I actually like Blake Miller. Let's just take Blake Miller, huh? We just read about him. I like Blake Miller. Why not? Why not? Let's just, for shits and giggles, let's just take Blake Miller. Balake Miller. When a boy like Seed is going to eat. Is us trading with Dallas Dolphins or Philly on Thursday? Also under Sadiq because they're at 17 that KC wants him in a trade. Possible, man. Possible. Art, I think that of the teams you listed, I would want to trade with Miami because they got the 33 and the 44. All right, I'm done trading in the second round. Oh, Rodriguez went at 46. Fiddlesticks. Cassius Howell went at 40. Damn, fiddlesticks. Yeah, the second round. Damn, Halsey went at 34. Halsey went at 34. Wow, dude. I'm sorry, the Jets are who we should trade with, the 33 and the 44. Why was I thinking Miami? What the fuck, dude? I'm retarded. Yeah. Well, look who's here at 50, guys. Caleb Banks. And by the math, so this is what we can do. We can grab Caleb Banks here at 50 and then run it back with Anthony Hill Jr. at 54. I think that's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and grab Banks. Bam, 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 bam. Fuck out of here, Green Bay. Nobody likes you. Nobody likes you either today. Yeah, dude. So this is a kind of an ideal situation. Lawrence, Scott, or Hill. Yo, not bad. Not bad at all. I know that you guys are pretty high on Anthony Hill Jr., especially, I can see your name, brother, but I can't. Gav. I know Gav is super high on Anthony Hill Jr. But, get Yakus. You want Yakus? All right. I can't. He went at 52. He went to the Packers. Damn it! He went to the Packers, dude. Oh, Patrick, he went to the Packers, bro. He went to the Packers, man, of course. How fun. Dude, that's twice now. That's back-to-back days where we've seen Caleb I have downs fall to us at 17, and then a guy that we want, Yakus, went to the Packers, and then yesterday, Roush went to the Packers. What a bunch of fudge Packers, dude. Oh, a bunch of buttholes. I like Keontae Scott, guys, but I also like Anthony Hill, or we could go edge here, guys. Another Grossi freak out. Yeah. 100%, dude. Damn it, fucking Packers. True, bro. True. Oh, man. Oh, man. What do we got here, fellas? We're getting kind of down into the weeds here for the second round. I kind of like going Lawrence or Scott or Hill or Mason. I kind of like these two here, though. Mason's a little short. Lawrence is a little tall. Keontae Scott's a little short. And Anthony Hill, we know nothing at all. Oh! Yo, I am a fucking poet, and I didn't even know it. I'm the next Dr. Seuss. I'm out here cutting loose. Oh, shit! I can't stop, won't stop, can't stop the boogie, fells. I take Lawrence over Hill. Malachi Lawrence. All right, let's take Lawrence, son. Because we couldn't get Yakus. There, we've gone bigs. Big, 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 bigs. The Lions got big in their first 3 picks. Big, 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 big. Big boy. That's a big boy. And now we sit, and here we sit, watching everybody fly off the board because I didn't get a third round. Fucking Sam Roush went in the 3rd round, dude. To the Chiefs. There you go. There you go, Mr. Figs. You guys got fucking Sam Roush, you bunch of buttholes, bro. Yeah, that's kind of where I was at with you too, Brent. The only reason I would lean Keontae Scott is we did that profile on him the other day. But I'm with you on the. I'm not wild about corners in the top 3 rounds. We have way too many bodies already in house. Why bring in another competition when we have now? If he's the absolute head and shoulders best player available, then I can understand an argument, you know. But I don't feel like if it comes down to a DB, a D lineman, or even a linebacker, that you go the DB over either one of those 2 positions simply based on bodies in house. And I do think this class has a little bit more bodies as far as the ends are concerned at rounds 2 through 4. Yeah, and Lawrence has that size too. He's that prototypical size. He just kind of has, unfortunately, played at like a smaller school. I bet you that if Malachi Lawrence played at like the Ohio State University, he'd probably be a little bit more of a profile around him. Oh, we got started. Raw, I get where you're at, dude. I just have more faith in Jack, dude. Have more faith in Jack. You know what I'm saying? Do. Well, this is a weird fucking situation. Yeah, I don't like not having that 4th or that 3rd rounder. I don't like that at all. Do we go Barham? Jacoby Lane. Could grab Katron Allen or Nick Singleton. If you really wanted to take a flyer here, we could go Carson Beck. We could grab Benny all the way down here at 136. Not a lot. Draft Beck? All right. Boom. Ask and ye shall receive, Patrick. I think Prysock will be here on our next pick, bro. Barham and Lawrence coming off the edge would be cool. Hell yeah. All right, we got Barham. Let's see who's over here in the cornerback room. Holy shit, bro. Is Prysock... Dude, what are you guys doing that has elevated the profile of Prysock? Holy shit, man. Yeah, he went at 113. Stop talking about these guys, yo. And there went Hezekiah. Right before us, bro. Oh, they went right before us, Brent. Yeah, Carson Beck does look like he was dropped as a baby. He also looks like he's been drinking since he was a baby. All right, I'm looking at Barham, and then I want to see where... I'll go Barham, Benny, but I'd also want to see... Do you think we can get... what's his name here? Charlie Demings. Yo, how come all season long Jadon Canada was a corner, now he's switched to safety? Is that the projection for him? Is to be safety? Let's go Barham. And then we'll run it back with a DB. Remember, we're only doing rounds 1 through 5 here, fellas. I'm not so wild about this one. I felt like last go round was way better. Yesterday's mock draft was it was more stressful, but I feel like we walked out of it with a lot better prospects. I don't know. Miller, Banks, Lawrence, Carson Beck. I can't believe we took Carson Beck. Damn it! Fucking Green Bay! You took Demings? You fucking assholes! What the fuck, man? Why is it always Green Bay? Why is it always the fucking Packers taking the fucking guy I want? It's always Green. Fuck Matt LaFleur. Fuck the Green Bay Packers. Fuck Tom Grassi. Fuck them all, dude. Fuck Jordan Love. Fuck Christian Watson. Fuck them all to the moon, dude. Fuck them all to the moon. Bunch of fucking Packer-ass motherfuckers, dude. Bunch of dill holes, dude. They're a bunch of dick farting-ass sons of bitches, dude. Bunch of just dildos with legs. That's all they are. That's all they are. Green Bay Packers and their fans are a bunch of walking, talking dildos with legs, dude. Assholes. Bunch of fuck faces, bro. Are you fucking serious, man? God damn it! It's always the fucking Packers taking the guy I fucking want. It's always Green Bay. Why? Why? I'm gonna suplex their ass right through a fucking table. Bunch of assholes. Bunch of fucking assholes. Ruining my goddamn day. Ruining my fucking day. You're just shitting in my lunchbox and pissing in my Cheerios. Bunch of assholes. Bunch of fucking assholes. Oh, fucking Green Bay. Bunch of fucking assholes. Oh, you fucking... Tyreek Sapp, welcome aboard. Congratulations. Fuck, man. I don't like the Packers. That's how I feel. That's how I feel about the Packers. I do not like the Green Bay Packers. I've never liked the Green Bay Packers. It's hard for me to even respect players in the organization. Fuck Green Bay. Fuck them to the moon and back. Even in mock drafts. Fuck them. Green Bay cuckers. Exactly, dude. Barham would be a good Sam in our system. Well, there you go. We grabbed him. Carson Beck is worth an 8th rounder next year. That's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. I think we just took him just for shits and giggles, dude. He's worth an 8th rounder next year. Dude, he's worth a 5th round pick in the UFL draft. Oh, I'm not mad about Miller. I'm not mad about Banks or Lawrence here. Actually, I think 4 of our 6 picks here were pretty solid, dude. I like them. I like them. Yesterday was a lot better. But fucking Green Bay, dude. I am so sick and tired of those fudge Packers stealing my fucking picks, bro. Play runs downs to make up for Lawrence. Good job. Hell yeah. There you go. Right on. There you go. Dude, Carson Beck does look like he's from fucking Wisconsin, dude. He looks inbred as hell. He looks like he's one of the people that runs around going, my mother's my sister. You know what I'm saying? Bunch of fucking assholes. Goddamn Packers. Fucking fudge Packer nation. Unite! Bunch of buttholes. Dude, they should change their chant to like go Pack go to they should call it like cheese up or something like cheese up. Some fucking cheesy ass name. Cheese up. Bunch of buttholes with their cheese hats. Who puts a block of cheese on their head? You look so fucking stupid. Y'all look so fucking stupid with that stupid cheese hat. Like seriously. It literally looks like you have stupid written on your forehead when you put that stupid cheese hat on. You fucking buttholes. Fuck the Packers. Exactly, Jack. FTP. FTP to the moon. Fuck the Packers to the moon. And fuck the Bears. Fuck the Vikings. Fuck the Cowboys. Fuck the Jets. Giants. Fuck the Chiefs. Fuck the Jags. The Broncos. The Chargers. The Rams. The Seahawks. The Browns. The Bengals. The Steelers, the Colts, Panthers, Cardinals. Basically, fuck any team that isn't the Lions, Titans, Houston Texans. Who else do I like? I guess I don't mind the Steelers per se. That's about it. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today. Have a good rest of your day. Stay out of trouble. Enjoy the uptick in warm weather here. We're having a sunny mid-Michigan day. It's getting up to about 60 degrees already. Let's rock and roll. Stay out of trouble. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. We'll be back right here tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. to do our final, Wednesday mock draft. We'll argue, we'll argue and mock and fight amongst ourselves before we figure it out. And then we'll have Brad Holmes completely do some off the wall shit out of pocket and do something none of us are expecting on Thursday. Great job. All right, guys. We'll catch you tomorrow. Until then, I've been Hat and Beard. You've been an attentive audience. Subscribe to the channel. Notification bell. Hit the like on the way out the door. We'll see you tomorrow. Bonga bonga.